mode.
Welcome, everybody. We have Kit, and Megan, and Mordecai. Mordecai, I'm glad you can join us on Thursdays now.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Are you there? Kit, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Where is your image, Kit? Which one are we looking at today?
It is the cook in the kitchen with the outside grill.
Okay, so it's back.
Yeah, I think I uploaded it to the last week Saturday.
Okay.
So if we miss it, do you want us to upload it to this one as well?
Cook in the kitchen. Uh-oh, what did I do? What did I do? Hold on. No, this is always looking back. Otherwise, we're going to end up with a big mess if people are trying to upload for the week before kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in 2017. Sorry.
Yes.
My fault. I was on the wrong glass. Here we go. Cook in the kitchen. All right. So yours was
The very first one.
very first one. This one. Okay. Mordecai, where's yours?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Yeah.
Mordecai, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so these are your two shots right here.
Let's try this.
All right, Kit,
Yes.
cook in the kitchen. So tell me what we've got going on here.
It was well, it was a really good tri-tip, but I liked the shadows and the
You have entered
kind of
at
the hard lines there.
Uh-huh.
And so not sure what that was. I kind of put my subject's head in the lighter area there,
Right.
and I don't know. I liked how the lines kind of led back to him.
Okay. I like your use of the light here as a compositional device. The shadow here.
Yeah.
Shadow line. Now, did you light this at all, or is this just pure natural light?
It was sunlight, natural light from behind him, and then I had a soft box to bring up his face.
Okay, and that's, I imagine, right over about here.
Yeah, to camera left.
Okay. Okay. When I look at it, he's by having him cropped off, it's a little uncomfortable for me to crop
Okay.
his body off. And then not only to that, but then to have all this space over here. And if you left this space over here to get his head in the reflection, then that was not a good trade-off. We don't want to crop him to get that because that's just not going to be strong enough. But I have a feeling that if you move to the right here, you get too much trees and stuff over here, right?
Yeah, there was a lot of background busyness.
Yep. Yeah, what lens?
It was a zoom lens on about 24 millimeter.
Okay.
Because I didn't have a lot of room.
Okay.
It was ISO 100, about 1/100th of a second and 5.6.
Okay. And this sunlight coming in here is a good, gosh, it's probably 11. You're at ISO 100?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is solidly an 11, maybe even 16 up here, and you're at 5.6. So did you have to, when you put it in Lightroom, did you have to lighten his face a little more?
Maybe a little bit. I used that Vivesa that you've used.
Right. Yeah, when you got F16 coming in up here at, or you were at 2/50th of a second?
I was at 1/100th.
1/100th of a second. So this is definitely F16 light coming in here because it's blowing out the texture and everything over here. It's also opening up the shadows. So you got 16 to 11 to 8 to 5, 6. It's 4 stops effectively. And for that softbox to work, it's really going to be working overtime to get 4 stops to light him up. And that's why the hard light is creating so many difficult shadows. I mean, here's the steak, and it's half in shadow, and the corn half in shadow. When you're trying to do this, if you shut the shutter speed down one more stop to 1/200th of a second, right? Then your background's going to come down 1 full stop. The 5.6 isn't going to change because the 5.6 is your strobe.
Right.
So it stays the same. We just lower the background. And I think that stronger background, the stronger shadows, the texture in the wall, and then the 5.6 bringing it up a little bit here would help better. Also, is it a very small softbox? Because we're not doing much down here.
Yeah, it was a small softbox.
Small softbox. Okay. The problem with small softboxes is they're very localized light, and we needed some light down in here to bring this grill up with him. Not a bad shot. Not a bad shot at all, but some little things to think about on your composition, all right?
Okay.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
Mordecai, are you there now?
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Now we got size. I'm glad to be able to do this Thursday night so I can meet with you.
Yeah, thanks for making it.
Not a problem. So we have cinnamon sticks.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was apple pie. That was the.
Mm-hmm.
I tried including a person in this one.
Yeah, cook in the kitchen.
Like,
So you're right. Cook in the kitchen. We got the cook right there, tying up the cinnamon sticks. Now, where is your light coming from?
I had the main light was I tried submitting a BTS, but somehow it didn't. I had the main light was coming from a big 42-inch round diffuser on the left.
Okay, so the 42-inch like beauty dish with a screen on it. A screen?
No, it was like one of those collapsible things that you like a big basically sheet, big piece of silk.
Oh, okay.
And I had a light.
Okay.
I
Good.
had a light shining at it from about 3 feet away.
Okay, so it's a big scrim. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Scrim light is very nice. And that light is coming from the side or coming from back here?
It's from the side, from the left.
Side. All right. Okay. The thing with the big scrim, is it far away from the set? Is it like 3 feet away?
It's actually, oh, well, it's not, it was pretty close, just it was at the end of the board. The apple pie is not quite at the end, but it was
okay.
probably.
All right. Is there a lot of fill in the room?
No, I was using strobes. I did another light from the right, actually from the front right, with a 15-degree honeycomb grid on it to fill in like at the base of the apple pie.
Down under here.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that scrim that grid is adding too much light to it. It's filling it under here, but it's kind of flattening out the shot. I'm going to show you what we can do with the shot here in just a second. All right.
Okay.
I like this one with the hands because it gives me something to say cook in the kitchen. I like all of this. What lens are you using? And it looks to me like your focus is right up here, and so this hand is going out of focus. Is that, you've got a bigger image than I do? Is that fingernail out of focus here, or?
Yeah, it's a little out of focus. It was not intentional. It was a
Okay.
mistake.
What's your aperture on it?
I believe it was f8.
F8. Okay, well, yeah, in that close, F8 doesn't have a whole lot of depth of field. I also think that you're focused close to the front. And the reason I say that, you see how all this material here is in focus all the way up to here?
Right.
In focusing, oh crap, let's get a new one. Let's get a new one here. All right. In focusing, when we're working with lenses, all lenses, not just telephotos or whatever, if this is our subject and this is our lens here, we are in focus 1/3 in front and 2/3 in back. So as we stop down to, like, at F8, 11, and 16, we keep gaining a little bit up front and twice as much in the back. So when I look at your shot, I think your focus was, see how it's pulled so far forward that it's not getting to the fingernail. So maybe the point of focus would have been this part of the apple pie, or this part of it, that would be the center of your focus. 1/3 in front should pick up most of this hand and everything, and then 2/3 behind to get the edge of the pie and the apples. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
So
yeah, we don't want this finger to be out of focus, because that'll just be a problem for the shot. I do like that one better than this one, because once I saw the shot with the hand, it just looked a little bit empty. All right, and that front light, see, even though it's a grid, it's still lighting everything up. It's still really filling in where we probably need a little more drama. Good setup. Good setup, though.
Okay, thank you.
Stay with me, because we're gonna open your shot up in Photoshop in just a second. All right.
Okay.
Megan.
Hey, Don. How
Hi.
are you?
Good. So you photographed. Where are you? You photographed.
Yeah, it's Saturday morning.
Yep. Boom. You photographed leprechaun places.
I did. I had. Go
Now,
ahead.
for Kit and Mordecai, the challenge for this assignment here was that Megan and the folks had to make 2 photographs in a row next to each other. One was lit by natural light and one was lit by strobe. So they had to work with their strobe to make the strobe go with natural light. And the reason that I chose yours, Megan, is I have no idea which one is which.
I did a good job then, didn't I?
Which is a good job. Good job indeed.
That one's the natural light.
I was going to say, if I had to guess, I would have guessed this one as the strobe.
Yeah, no, that's the natural light.
All right.
Yep.
It's the natural light.
put it behind. I did put it behind the scenes for the lit one. This one just had a big window to the right, camera right. Oh yeah, to the very left there. Yeah, so there's my behind the scenes for that one.
I just figured you put that in to screw with me.
No.
All right. Well, very nicely done, Megan. Did you have any challenges? Because your green is pretty darn close. Did you have any challenges with color correction?
No, I did a little bit of post in Lightroom, but not a whole lot. But did do a little bit. My biggest challenge was trying to make it look, semi-realistic. Both of them. I think I did a better job on the bridge, but using that photograph as the background, I wanted it to look like it was actually there. I think I did a better job there.
So
than
which
the other
one did you do first? Obviously, the natural light, correct?
Yes, correct.
Well, that's the one you always want to do first. The reason, Kit and Mordecai, that this is the assignment was that sometimes you get out on location and you maybe you're working on a catalog and it gets late and the sun goes down, etc. You can't quit shooting, but you also can't make the images start looking like they're totally different. So it's a really good thing to think about how to create an image that you've been shooting in natural light, how to recreate it with strobe. So you did a real good job, Megan. What lens did you use on this?
Both of them were 28 to 300. The house was 85 centimeters. The bridge was 55. They were both ISO 100. The house was f14, shutter speed 1/10 of a second. The bridge was f20, shutter speed 2 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
That 28 to 300, that's a Nikon lens, right?
Correct.
That's the
Yeah, it came with it. It's
love it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like it. I love it too. It's just, I don't know, quality wise, because it's such a wide range, if it's the best quality. So I'm probably going to get something with a little bit lesser range.
It depends on what you're putting it up next to, and it depends on the subject matter. Like I say,
Okay.
photojournalists love it. So if you see something in Time magazine or Newsweek, I mean, chances are very good that it was shot on that lens. It's a photojournalist's dream. 28 to 300, my God, one lens and you've got everything you need.
And, yeah.
But if you put it up next to a 28 millimeter Nikkor or a 200 millimeter Nikkor, you're going to see some difference. Okay.
Right.
But not very much. That's the big dirty little secret that we're fed this line of garbage online about, oh, that's a kit lens, they're terrible. No, actually they're really not. They're really not terrible. They're as good as some of the best lenses of 20 years ago. These are, computer designed awesome images, image making devices, and they'll do the job. You might have to deal with flare. I know I have a little Canon that came with my Rebel back in the days. It's a little 18 to 55, and wide open. It's pretty nice with flare, but you even stop it down to f5.6, and the flare just turns into all kinds of artifacts. And that's because it's not the best glass and it's not coated and all those different things to deal with it. But still. I know a photographer named Bob Christ, who is a shooter for National Geographic, and he shoots inexpensive glass. And
all right.
If it's
I
good
do
enough
like
for
it.
National Geographic, you know what I'm saying?
All right. If it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me.
Yeah.
But I like it because if I'm out, especially hiking, I can take that lens and I can do just about anything with it. I've got to give a commercial for my Nikon. I got a D750 and I was out hiking last weekend and I had a lens hood on it. I dropped my camera. Yes, I did. The lens hood took the brunt of the fall and it cracked. Picked up the camera, nothing. It was dead. I thought, oh my gosh, what? So I just turned it off, prayed a lot, and about 20.
What's that?
It's working perfectly. It didn't damage it at all.
Oh, very good. Wonderful.
Yeah, but I think the lens hood having that on there, it did take the brunt of the fall. I think is what saved it. But
well, if you're looking for another lens to think about adding to the arsenal, the 24 to 120 is a screaming lens.
Okay, I'll take a look at that one.
It's a screaming lens. Other than that, I would probably pick up maybe a prime or two.
Yeah, I have the 50 prime.
Well, that the 750 will shoot all the old Nikon lenses, right?
No, I don't think I knew that. No, I know because but I have a full format and my previous was a
No. I'm talking about the old Nikon.
Oh, the old.
The old AFs. So you can
Oh,
go
okay.
on eBay and find a 35 millimeter AF f2 for about $220.
Okay.
It's 1/3 the size of the new 35
Yeah.
f2s because it doesn't have a motor in it. The focusing
Oh.
motor is entirely in the camera, where the new lenses have focus assist motors in the lenses, which
Mhm.
makes them huge and heavy.
Yeah.
These are really tiny. I've got a
Okay.
YouTube up on my YouTube channel called Why I Like My DF,
Okay.
Nikon DF. Watch it and look at how tiny those lenses are.
Okay.
I mean,
Right.
they're awesome. I love them.
Huh.
And
Okay.
they're not expensive.
All right. I like that too.
Yeah, no kidding. Because let the camera make the money for the new lens. That's way I look
Yeah.
at it.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
We're gonna go back to Mordecai's image here, which is in the 2017. What I'm gonna do, Mordecai, is I'm gonna put a little more contrast in it, just so that we can see what happens if we add a little more contrast and take some of that flatness out. And we can do this, in camera better than we can do it out here, but we can still do it out here. Let's bring this over here. I'm going to make this bigger so we can see it. And then I'm going to use I'm going to start with the Nik tools. And I'm really sorry that Nik has decided not to, Google's decided not to continue. So I'm going to place a point right over here. And I'm not really going to change the exposure because your exposure is fine. I'm going to add some contrast to it. Then I'm going to put the Option key down. And I'm going to drag this over here. Make a copy of it right here on the cinnamon stick. So I'm going to make that circle of influence that circle of influence just a little bit smaller. So it's really there. And then I'm going to go and do another one back here on the apples. I'm going to go for the red. Make sure that circles are all okay, all over. I'm going to add some contrast to it. And I'm also going to add a little bit of structure to it. Tighten those up a little bit. Take the shadows, lower them down just a little bit like that. And that's all we're going to do in this one. This is what we've done with just that little bit of thing. We've gone from here to here. You get a little bit more contrast. I'm now going to use the Pro Contrast in Nik. And when I have my Pro Contrast come up, I rarely ever use these presets over here. I actually just stay with the ability that I've got over here to work with it. So I'm going to increase my dynamic contrast up to about 30. Correct contrast, I'm going to go up to about 20. And correct color cast, just a little bit, maybe 10%. Now, what did we do? We did that. We just popped it up a little bit. Say, okay, we're back here. From there to there, get a little more life in it. And I think that's probably what your that second fill light did, Mordecai. Is it just sort of killed the contrast a little bit too much, and ended up with kind of a flat image.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. So in the future, well, number one, be very careful about using grid spots. Be very careful. Grid spots are specialty lights. They're not fill lights. They're specialty lights, and they will. In this particular case, you actually did a pretty good job with it. So I'm not saying you shouldn't have done it here. I'm just saying be careful with them in the future. They're specialty lights. They're used for accents, for kickers, for a little bit of a touch of a backlight, or to highlight something. And just get that main light exactly perfect. And then use that kicker light just for a little. If you need some fill up front, start with white cards. If they're not enough, take that grid spot and aim it at a white card. So just bring it from the back or bring it from the front and hit the white card to give you a little bit more pop than you will get from the regular bounce card. All right, good. Okay. Well, Mordecai, it's great. I mean, Mordecai has been with us since the beginning, but has not been able to attend the Saturday classes, and we've had a couple of other people mention that Saturday's a little tough for them. So I'm glad to do these Thursday classes. Remember, we're always looking back at last week's assignment, not the week coming up. And this working out for you guys, Kit, Megan?
Yeah, it was very helpful.
Yeah, I like it too. Saturdays can be hard, so it's nice to have a second option.
Yep, absolutely. Well, excellent. All right, folks, any questions?
No.
All right,
no.
Super. This is being recorded, and the recording will go up as all the other recordings do at the end of coming weekend. Everybody have a great weekend, and I will see you next week.
Thanks, Don.
Have a good weekend. Thank you.
Bye-bye.